Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. I don't know if I should have my hair forward or back. I'm like faffing around with it. Okay, today I've got for you guys an updated foundation routine. You're probably thinking I just uploaded the other one, my sweat proof one, but I've switched up my products. I was bored of my other base. I was just kind of over it, so I wanted to do something different. You might notice the under eyes are a little bit more highlighted than normal. I've got my highlight back on as well, and then I've got a matte nude lip, which I never usually do like a matte lip. I would do like a glossy nude lip, but this is my current favorite matte like nude lip, and if I wanted to switch it up and make it glossy, I would literally just put a clear gloss over the top. So I want to share it with you because I get loads and loads of questions about products, what I'm using on my Instagram all the time. So I like to do these videos just so I can direct you guys here and you can watch it and see how I do it, and it's a lot more helpful than me just saying I'm wearing a Too Faced foundation, which I'm not. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. If you are not new, thank you so much for coming back to watch another video. Really hope you love it. Please be kind about my hair. I've been trying to like learn how to install my own frontals. This is like the third time that I've installed my own frontal myself. Please be kind. I'm still like learning. I love this hair. This hair was made by my friend Camilla, who has like a wig business. So I will leave her Instagram down below, Freeborn Noble Wigs. You guys would have heard that before if you've been on my channel like more than 2 times. She's made a couple of wigs for me in the past and I just love her. I love her work, so of course I'll leave her Instagram in the description bar below. I feel like I'm talking at 100 miles per hour. My bad, I'm so sorry. And yeah, I hope you guys love the video and I will see you guys at the end. Okay guys, we're starting off bare face. Hello, hi, how you all doing? I'm actually going to put my hair up. I tie it back first and then I put my scarf on to lay my edges down. I will leave the details of this hair in the description bar below, but it's literally been the one that I've been using to death. I know you guys are so excited. I'm excited for you guys to see this updated routine, so let's just jump straight into it. As always, I'm going to start by priming. I'm using this pore minimizing primer from Beauty Blender. I've really been liking this. I mentioned before that it was tanned. Next we are moving on to the foundation routine. This has been my go-to foundation for the past couple of weeks. This is the NARS Natural Longwear Radiant in Macao. I'm the same shade in this as I am in Sheer Glow, so I feel like most people would be. Again, I just apply this with my Bare Minerals smoothing face brush. Really good, even complexion. I don't even have to go over top with a beauty blender because it just blends in so nicely. Next we are doing the brows. Still using the Benefit Brow Contour Pro. I absolutely love this. I've been talking about this since I got the product for the first time, probably over a year ago now. So I just start by filling in my tail and I follow with the top part to line it up. I'm including the brow routine because I always get questions on my brows, and I used to always omit this part of the routine just because I just assumed everyone did their brows a particular way, but now I just include the clip. Now a really cool tip, I actually picked this up by trial and error, is I take my spoolie, because I never put that product all the way to the front of my brow. I take my spoolie to distribute the product throughout the brow, and actually when the spoolie has product on it and you bring it forward, it mimics hairs. So it gives you that appearance of hairs. I'm not sure if you guys can see. Hopefully I feel like the visuals are better explaining than what I'm saying. But using the spoolie with leftover product gives you the imitation of hairs. And then I just go ahead and do Operation Cleanup using my NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Another favourite, I really like using this to clean up my brows because the consistency is thick but not too thick. So you can spread it and it spreads really evenly and nicely and it blends out like an absolute dream, so you don't have that annoying halo underneath your brows. And I use the shade Oman because it's the closest to my skin tone but still has a slight brightness to it, just to make that area appear nice and tidy. And I only do the bottoms, I don't do the top, because I feel like if you do the top it interrupts the colour of the foundation above that area. Now, concealer, I've been doing this slightly differently. I do under the eyes and then I do on the bridge of the nose. Those are the only parts I do. I've now been letting my concealer set while I blend in my contour. So I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills foundation stick in Ebony to contour. I just put this on the forehead, on my cheekbones. I don't use too much of this. It doesn't look like I'm using less, but I am actually using less. And then I just spread it where I need it to. The reason I use less is because after cream contouring, I then go and powder contour. In the past, I used to load up the cream contour. By the time I start loading up the powders and the bronzers, it looks a bit too dark, it looks a bit too muddy. So now I've started doing less and then building it up. I also apply that product just on my jaw to sharpen that area a little bit more, and I blend it down into my neck. Once I finish blending out my contour, I then move on to concealer. The reason I've been letting my concealer sit for a little while is because when it dries down, two things. When you give it time to dry down, it kind of increases the coverage. The reason it increases the coverage is because once it dries down, the product moves a lot less. Because it's moving less, it gives you more control over where you want to put it. I like to blend out my concealer, under eye concealer, with a beauty blender, which isn't always the best way if you want to control where you're moving it. So by giving it time to kind of dry down, you can see that you get a little bit more control. I like the look of it. I've also been using my normal Butterscotch by Too Faced. That's the concealer I use. And I've also been using a tiny bit of warm sand just to add a little bit of brightness to that under eye. I find that by adding a little bit of brightness, it accentuates that part of my face and it kind of brings out the bridge of my nose a little bit, which I've been liking. And I just set my under eye with the Huda Easy Bake Powder. I use a little bit of this Benefit Hoola bronzer. They've got different shades now, and I've really been loving this shade. I believe this is Toasted, and I apply it with this, I want to say it's a blush or powder brush from Bobbi Brown. I get a ton of questions for you guys about setting your actual foundation. I recently started using this product maybe like a couple of weeks ago. This is the Benefit Powder Foundation and it's so good. I literally only set the bottom half of my face and it keeps my makeup intact, and it's a very close shade to my skin complexion, which is why I wanted to use it, because I was always like, I don't want to use a powder foundation to set because it changes the colour. That's what I said in my last video, but this is a very close match to my skin tone. My skin texture has improved so much, so I've started using highlighter again. This mineralized skin finish from MAC in Gold Deposit is so good because it's finely milled. Finely milled means that it doesn't bring out the texture on my face as much because it kind of just sinks into the skin really nicely. I like using highlighter again because I feel like it accentuates those parts of my face, and especially on the bridge of my nose, it just highlights that area. Now, I like to use this Hoola bronzer in Toasted also as a eyeshadow, and this is simply to bring out that structure in my eye. You guys know, if you're like me, you have hooded eyes or you have smaller eyes, the defined crease just isn't there. So by using a bronzer shade, it gives the illusion of deeper set eyes. That's what I've just been doing. Decake using my MAC Fix Plus, and then I set my face using my Cover FX setting spray, and the lashes I'm wearing are Tatti Lashes TR3. Sorry, I feel like I'm moving slower than the footage. I'm so sorry, guys. Usual lip combination. I just line my lips using MAC Cork. I don't think this has changed too much, or maybe it has. It might have changed slightly from my last video. So I use MAC Cork all over my lips, and then I take this Huda Beauty lipstick in Staycation and I put this towards the centre. Do not take it all the way outside because it's just going to essentially take away all the colour that you just put down with the MAC Cork. And then I take this lip glaze from Lime Crime in, I believe this is Cash. I love this colour. I like nudie colours. So after I decake and I set my face, it does set, but then sometimes it leaves a little bit of shine in some places. So at the end, I will go over top of my bronzer and go over top of those lighter areas just to make sure everything is matte down. And then this is the finished look for you guys. I just take off my headscarf that's been set in place, and this is how I've been loving doing my foundation routine. It's so simple. Absolutely love it. Alright guys, so this is the finished look for you. I really love how it turned out. I just love it. I'm obsessed with this highlighted under eye at the moment. It's not usually like my kind of vibe. I haven't done this kind of style of makeup in at least like a year, a couple months to a year. I've been kind of doing a more natural beat, but I've been loving that this exaggerated look. I just feel like it really defines my features. So if you have high cheekbones like me and smaller eyes, bigger lips, if your face is at all structured like mine, I feel like this would really work for you. I think this is a really good way to bring out our features. Because I did the highlighted under eye, I didn't have to contour my nose, and sometimes nose contour can be a little bit hit or miss. So if you don't have to do it too much, then you can avoid doing it. Hope you guys love it. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.